Mary. How you doing? Great to meet you, bro.
I've been a little nervous this whole time. I was joking with my manager today. I was like, does him even know who I am, or is Paul just fucking with me? I was like, is this like a big set? This is fucking crazy.
Nah, I've been on you for a minute.
Okay, thanks for letting me do this, man.
Yeah.
Felt the same when I stood next to Garth and Dolly.
Yeah.
That's the 4 times I can tell you that's happened in my career.
That's amazing.
Where I literally stood next to somebody that's like, this is fucking wild. It's always wild to me, but this was like, you get a feeling in your stomach that's like, and I just started talking. And I know that's weird to compare them 2 records, but to me, they give me that same feeling of like, damn, I'm 40, and I feel it more than I did at 16 when I heard it.
Right. When I was a kid, I never knew what that song meant.
I do too. I got a small legal pad beside my bed, like the little one, and I got one. This is a crazy place, but I have one on top of my commode.
That's a good place.
So in case I'm going in there to pee or something, and on the way there, just sometimes too, I'll have to grab my phone and do melodies in the middle of the night because I have dreamed of melodies before.
Like you hear it.
Stone cold melodies in my dreams. Like the Somebody Save Me melody was in my dream. The first words. The problem was, me and D-Ray joke about it. It took us 2 hours to write the song that would have took us 20 minutes to write because I was convinced "Somebody Save Me" was supposed to be the chorus.
Oh, interesting.
I know I'm weird when I talk about stuff like this, Joe, but this is how the universe works. I don't think I was wrong because when Eminem ended up taking that song, Eminem redid that song.
Oh,
yeah, you got to hear it. It's crazy. Eminem redid the song, and he took the verse from "Somebody Save Me," the first verse, and made it the chorus.
Whoa.
So his version of it is he's rapping, and then my first verse is the chorus. And then he raps again, and my first verse is the chorus again.
Wow.
So maybe I was kind of right.
Wow.
In the groom, I kept going back to like, you sure
Did
we
you
should
tell
start
him?
this way?
Did you ever tell him that before you did
Never
that?
even told him the story.
Wow.
It gets, Joe, I'm fucking flipping. It gets even deeper, dog. John Manili, my manager, calls me and he says, Paul Rosenberg just called me. That's M's manager. He says, I think Eminem wants to do something to save me. I didn't ask John Manili right then, Joe. I said, man, I hope he takes the first verse and samples it. That's all I said. And John said, whatever, I don't know what he wants to do with it. We just sent it over because, Eminem's the greatest ever. You don't send him instructions or notes or ideas. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, yo. And we didn't talk about that until we met. And he was just as whipped out, too, because the funny part about him was he was struggling with whether or not he was going to keep the original chorus and do "Somebody Save Me" at the end, or do "Somebody Save Me" as the chorus and put the original chorus at the end. And he ended up doing "Somebody Save Me" and the original chorus at the end. So he fought the battle the opposite of the way I fought it. Oh. It's crazy, right? How art works that way?
It is crazy. It's crazy where those things come from. The muse, and you got to respect the muse, and like, I think when you're writing a lot like you are, like, that muse is like ready to go. Like, you're tuned into whatever that is that gives you those ideas for songs. You're just like searching for it. You're in the mode of searching for it.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about that is you're with MGK. You have a song with MGK. You also have a song with Eminem.
Yeah.
Oh,
these guys are mortal enemies.
Yeah.
And somehow you are so talented that you are positioned in between both of them, and they're like, I still want to work with Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Man, the first thing is honesty.
Okay.
Right? You got to come into both parties honest.
How do you talk to M?
Well, so Paul is, and I always bring up Paul in interviews because I feel like he never gets brought up enough.
Paul Rosenberg.
Paul
Eminem's,
Rosenberg has been Eminem's manager since Eminem's had a manager.
Okay.
Lifelong Detroit homie kind of shit. Like, really cool inception story.
Yeah.
Cool story about Eminem is his I believe his publicist, his assistant, who kind of runs the record label. I don't want to call her assistant because she's so much more.
Sure.
But he's had like the same 4 people around him for his entire career.
Wow.
Entire career.
Amazing.
So you don't really talk to, he's the wizard, man. He's the biggest selling artist of our generation. He sold more records than Elvis. You know what I mean? I mean, it's insane when you think about how big, you don't really get to see the wizard a lot.
Yeah.
But I've seen the wizard now and hung out with him, and he's a fucking great guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's really down to earth. He's super honest, and he's very intentional with his words. And we hung out on video set for 12 hours.
Wow.
Just like dicking around. To show you his personality, he walks in my green room going, "Somebody shave me. I need some Gillette." He said, "We can get you a deal there." And just fucking funny.
So that's the first interaction.
So the first thing, no. The first one we have is when we're singing. I'll tell you that story too, but just let me praise Paul for 2 more minutes.
Okay, yeah.
He deserves it. Paul has always been trying to get me and M together. Like every time I've seen Paul, he's like, if Marshall don't understand anybody else, he's going to get you. When he gets you, he's going to get you. And he's telling me this for like, since I met him when he was working with Yellow Wolf a decade ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? So like Paul has been that champion for me the whole way. So Paul calls and he's like, send me the Save Me record. And I'm like, y'all mind if I tell this story first? Because it's hard to get into all
Please.
this.
This is what
Because I don't think I've told this one like his. So Paul calls and he's like, send the stems to the Save Me record. He calls John Maneely, my manager. Now keep in mind, John Maneely managed Jay for a while. So they've already worked. They're friends for real for 30 years now. They've been in the business together for 25 years. So he hits John Maneely. He's like, yo, send over Save Me. I think Marshall wants to fuck with it. Wow. And that's all he said. So you know me, I'm like, you know how rap works. I'm like, I'm fixing to get an Eminem remix. Like, he's just going to drop a verse in my lap one day. Like, I don't know when and I don't care. Whenever it comes, just thank you, God, you know? Yeah. It's like, but they, you know, they're buddies. And here's where Paul's a good dude too. Paul's like, yo, man, we love Jelly, man. Just appreciate you telling us.
Yeah.
Never got brought up.
Wow.
My heart is always to bring them together one day because I see so much more of them in each other than they know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, I hadn't really brought it up to Marshall yet because I'm just kind of glad that I'm still in that circumference to be able to have them conversations. But I do see like there's so much more in them than not. But like I also gave Kel some perspective too. It's like we all grew up watching Eminem take over the game early. Like, if you got mentioned in an Eminem song, it was like getting mentioned in a comedy special. Yeah. You were on fucking fire. You couldn't be hotter if you got mentioned in an Eminem special or an HBO special.